Welcome to the Algarve. Algarve in English by Conectv. Welcome back to Algarve in English with Conectv. Today marks the first day of summer here in the Algarve, and with it we're expecting the normal influx of about 400% to increase our population. With that comes its own trials and tribulations. We have a lot of fun, we have lots of people here, they're very happy, and that's great, but we are the service providers on the other end of that. So today I'm going to introduce you to Carolyn McKeown, who has developed the Algarve Business Awards. So it's a great acknowledgement to the normal man in the street, the residents here in the Algarve, a way of saying thank you to the employees, a way of promoting businesses, a nice way to end the summer, given that we're all going to survive it. Carolyn, thank you for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. I'm very happy to read about you the last couple of years, and I think this is the third year now that the Algarve Business Awards are going to run.
Yes, it is, yeah.
And I understand the first year was directly after pandemic.
It was. The whole idea came up, we were going to launch in 2018, but then obviously we hit the pandemic, so instead of cancelling it or shelving the idea, we decided to restructure and sort of focus on people who have actually came through the pandemic, survived it, if you like, but also grew from it. So we just thought it was a really good, positive spin. What was a terrible 2 years for everybody.
Absolutely, and so brave, because we know we lost so many companies during that time.
We did.
So
yeah, so it was nice. It was just a nice way for the year to end on a positive rather than on a negative.
Absolutely. So I obviously heard a lot more about it as you move forward to your second year. So how did things go? How did they compare, your first year, second year?
First year was fantastic. I mean, people really embraced it. And then the second year, obviously, when more people got to know about it, and we went over, I think, over double entries in the second year. So now with the third year coming up, it'll be interesting to see how many more new businesses will enter this year.
And I presume you've just said you were paying tribute to the people that have come through the pandemic. So how did that affect your categories? Because you were planning this for 2 years before launch.
Yes.
Presumably your categories when it came out were different to the ones you'd initially planned.
We did. We had to change and adapt. We thought it was very appropriate to put in a pandemic recovery award for a company that really sort of went over and above to actually come through the pandemic. And then we put in the People's Choice Award, special recognition for people that went over and above personally or in the community and things like that. And then obviously the charitable causes and the Pride of the Algarve was a different category than what we originally had thought to put in. Again, for people that really, the unsung heroes of the Algarve, and especially in the pandemic.
And especially, of course, we didn't have tourism, so... We
didn't. So the tourism and hospitality, that was only launched last year, so we took that category out in the first year. But yeah, a lot of it was just... especially in the pandemic, there was a lot of elderly people that couldn't get around. There was a lot of people who struggled with food. So there was different communities and different networks there that we felt needed to be recognised. So we adapted that in the first year.
Perfect. And so how did that then change for the second year?
Second year, we still kept the special recognition and the Pride of the Algarve Award, but then we took out the others and made it more business focused. So we have in there Tourism and Hospitality. We have in there Business Growth Award. So sort of the last 3 years, so after the pandemic, how people have actually improved and grown in their own businesses. Some people started out maybe just with 2 employees, now they have 30 over the space of the 2 years. So it's really nice to recognise that as well.
Okay, so and I believe you had around 40 nominees last year.
657.
Oh, good grief! I'm well out of touch.
Yeah. 657 last year, so we're hoping to obviously.
Wow.
Expand that again this year.
And has that already started?
Yes, we launched on the 3rd of June. The entries opened on the 3rd of June. So they've got until the 31st of July to enter.
Okay, so I understand that the voting will start around the 1st of August to the 7th of September.
Yes, there's this year we've sort of changed it again. So there's 20 categories. 15 of them go to judges. They're judged by a panel of our judges. And then 5 categories, this year we're giving it to the public vote. So you can nominate in the 5 categories, and then anybody that's nominated, the public vote will open on the 1st of August. So then obviously whoever gets the most votes is in for a chance at the semi-finals. Okay,
so today is obviously an ideal opportunity to say to people, nominate someone.
Absolutely.
So with the categories, where do they go to find out what those categories are?
Yeah, so there's 5 the 5 categories going to public vote is Best Entertainment, DJ or Band, Special Recognition Award, the Pride of the Algarve, Taste of the Algarve, and the 5th one is going to come to me in a second. It will come back to me. So basically just go onto the website, www.algarvebusinessawards.com, click on them categories and just fill in, it's a very, very simple form. You just fill in your name and the company or the person that you're nominating, the reason why you're nominating them, and hit submit, and then they all come to us. And then we contact all of the businesses that have been nominated, and we will then give them material to put on their social media or on their website. So you can vote via their pages or you can vote via our website.
And is there a cost involved with nominating?
Absolutely free.
And can you nominate more than one person?
You can nominate as many as you want.
Can you?
As many times and as many people. Exactly. Don't forget to nominate Kat from Conectv. So yeah, no, so as many nominations and as many people. There might be 3 different people that you're thinking of, and instead of nominating one, you can nominate all 3.
Okay.
Same as the Taste of the Algarve. If you have 5 or 10 fantastic restaurants that you want to see in there, just put them forward.
Superb. Okay. So the other thing is you're based in the central Algarve region.
Yes.
Is that where most of your nominees came from last time?
Majority will come from the central, but we do get a lot from the west. And last year we've seen a lot more coming in from the east, which is nice. We tend to run the events in the central Algarve just to make it easier travel-wise for people coming back and forward. But we always do the semi-finalists and the finalists, the gala ceremony in 2 different premises. So it sort of gives other businesses more of a chance to get recognised with our sponsors as well.
And at the end of the day, all 3 regions are as important to each other.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Each other,
it's really pure just logistical travel-wise to make it fair for people to get there.
Okay, so what we need to do really is encourage people from the east and the west.
Absolutely,
to give the central region a bit of competition.
Absolutely, yeah.
Because you've got, I think there was Quintalago and Valdolobo.
Absolutely, yeah.
Last year.
Yeah.
And was that resort, or what was their category?
Quintalago, they entered the campus for health and well-being. They entered innovation, and then the Algarve Business of the Year, the big one that everybody wants. And Valdolobo, then they went for marketing and business growth.
Okay. So obviously moving up towards the west, you've got some big. You've got your Villa Vitas, for example.
Absolutely, yeah. So there's plenty of there's numerous different resorts and things like that. But the Algarve Business of the Year award is not necessarily about size. It's whoever has done the most in that year for their business.
I was going to say that because health and wellness, you've got some tiny little one-man bands that are doing an incredible job.
Absolutely. So they still deserve to be in for the big award. And we very much focused on the awards that we wanted to honour the small businesses. And the micro businesses rather than just the big businesses. So for example, you've got the Small Business of the Year award as well. So you're not competing with consortiums, which is very hard to do. So yeah, it's just open to anybody and everybody and recognise as many, whether it be 2-man bands or other the consortium of 100, 150 plus.
And there was something that you, when we were talking outside just now, you were mentioning, we're going to go through this voting process. So at the end you said that there's a window where whoever it is that's been nominated, they can come back and say, well actually, since this opened, we've also done this, this and this, and that can be taken into consideration.
Absolutely. So the public vote will go in August and then until the 11th of September. Then the semi-finalists will be announced on the 14th of September. And then after the semi-finalists are announced, we reopen the vote again for 1 more week. So in that space, you can actually send in more information if you've maybe achieved something between June and September, or you've had any other accolades, or you've maybe brought out a new menu, or you've had a new feature to your company. You can include all that.
Survive the summer.
Exactly, exactly. So for example, the 15 categories that are being voted by the judges, you can submit additional information. And then again, with the public votes, that will open for another week. So when you get down to the final 5, then you know that's the 5 that need to be voted for.
Okay.
And then after that, we announce that on the 24th of September, we announce the finalists. That'll be the top 3. And then voting is closed, and then we wait to see who is the winner on the 8th of November.
Okay, so nobody has a clue until that time.
Completely confidential.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what about the judging? You said you've got the public vote and you've got the judges. So would we see on your website who's judging?
No, the judges we keep anonymous, simply because we don't want any favouritism or anybody to feel as if there's been any sort of
nobbling.
Exactly. So our judges are very, very kind to us. They give up a lot of their time to really give good feedback. I suppose is a good way to put it, to each of the businesses, and gives them sort of ideas on how to aspire and grow year on year. So they're all very, very good standing in their own careers. But yeah, we just find it easier just to keep it anonymous, and then there's no. Yeah. When people win, they know that they're a truly worthy winner.
Can I just say that I am a judge this year, and I am open to bribes. Kind of weekend in Aruba.
I know. I wish I could judge my own awards, otherwise I'd be doing it too, yeah. But no. It's nice in that way, because each of the judges get each of the entries. So what one judge thinks is a good thing, another judge might not think is a good thing. So it all is done on a point-based system. Each judge does it out of 10. So there's a possibility of 200 points. For each. So
you've got 20 judges?
20 judges, yeah. So it goes, so you've the opportunity of getting up to the 200, and that's the way it's done. So one judge can't actually
influence.
Sort of like they can't sort of sort of say, right, okay, this is my opinion, this is the way it should go, because the other 10 judges or other 20 judges might completely disagree. Yeah. So it's good in that way that it's done. It's a good system. And
let's face it, if they did have a favourite, the public could have completely changed, knocked them out of competition from the beginning anyway.
Absolutely, yeah.
So forgive me, there are two times here where the public gets involved.
Yes.
So you've got the bit right in the beginning, 1st to 7th of September, and then where do they get involved again? Is this
so whenever we announce the semi-finalists, that'll be the top 5 in each of them categories, and then the votes open again. And then they've got 1 week to vote for their favourite in that 5. So for example, let's just say it's a Taste of the Algarve, and there's the 5 semi-finalists, the restaurants or the cafes. Then them 5 will be launched onto the website and onto social media, and that's the 5 that they have to vote on. So whoever is your favourite.
So what about, keeping with that category for a second, you've got fantastic restaurants, let's face it. However, you've also got independent bakers.
Yes.
Kate in Almond Seal and
absolutely open to everybody,
and they're specialising in their own little thing, but they're little independents. Mm-hmm. So it's just as good to put them in.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, at Tribulum Restaurant won it last year, and that was defined by the judges, and that was the main reason that the judges voted for Tribulum was because of their From the Garden to Your Plate initiative, and it was very much the concept that Johnny and the team had taken from that, which really impressed the judges. And obviously the judges go and they mystery shop each of the restaurants as well, so they obviously had a very good experience, and for Tribulum to win. But it doesn't matter whether you're a coffee shop, it doesn't matter whether you're a baker, anything to do with food is a taste. So it could even be somebody that makes different sauces or things like that, because it's Taste of the Algarve. It's not a restaurant of the Algarve. It's
so
Taste
maybe
of
one
the
of the
Algarve.
market stalls in.
Absolutely. If you make, you can make your own jams or chutneys or chilies or things like that. Your own peri peri.
You've got Chili Delicious, of course, and she does her limoncellos and her fudges and all sorts of stuff. Great.
So it's open to everybody. So it literally is Taste of the Algarve.
Perfect. So obviously with taste comes service.
Yes. Absolutely.
So what categories would you have that would?
Well, you've got the taste, obviously. The taste of Algarve comes into obviously your customer experience, I think is probably a better way to put it. We do have the Customer Excellence Award as well, which we encourage everybody. That doesn't matter which business you actually own. It's still a customer experience. So it could be somebody that you're dealing with on the phone, it could be somebody in-house, or it could be, like I say, in a restaurant, the service that you receive. So customer service can be it's a difficult one because it's open to every single business in the Algarve.
Yeah, that really is enormous.
It is, yeah.
So the other side, if for example, it's always difficult to nominate. You don't want to upset
it's all
one
done
person or another.
Yeah, but whoever you nominate, and nobody knows. The only person that sees the nominations is me. Comes through to our website. So no, for example, if you don't nominate Bertie, I won't tell him.
Thank you.
So yeah, no, it's only fair that way. Do you know what I mean? That, you know, obviously if somebody's not been nominated, then they know obviously nobody has put them forward for it.
Can I just explain? Bertie, otherwise known as Roberto, is my husband, who is in the service industry. So no, I won't be voting for him. I won't be nominating him. I might vote, but I won't be nominating. That wouldn't be fair.
Yeah.
Unless he bribes me.
There you go. So no, it's open to everybody. And a restaurant or a company can nominate themselves. That's totally fine. You know, so for example, if Johnny from Tripolin wanted to make sure he was in the running for this year, he can nominate himself.
Employee of the year.
Yeah, absolutely.
As well,
Even customer service, employee, business growth. They're now in their third year as well. And obviously the big one, the Algarve Business of the Year. So every business can probably enter at least a minimum of 4 or 5 categories. Some can enter a lot more, but there's no restriction on how many categories you enter.
And who won the big one last year?
Laser Telecom.
Did they?
He did, yes.
So
very well deserved. It very much so, because they're not a big business either.
No,
so a lot of people
new.
just assume that it's the big companies that are going to take it. But yeah, no, it was Laser Telecom. So they did a fantastic submission last year and really sort of emphasised on all of the aspects that they cover, which really impressed the judges.
So of course this opens up another side as well, because self-promotion is everything.
Absolutely.
So you've got your nominees, you've got the individuals, you've got your companies. So I'm presuming that sponsorship comes into this a lot as well. Massively.
I mean, it costs a lot of money to run the awards, and we physically just can't do it unless we have sponsorship. So our sponsors are fantastic, and we really need them. Sponsorship, it just gives you so much sort of limelight, your name in the lights, because obviously it's such a prestigious award, our award ceremony. But the sponsorship runs basically from the 1st of June. We advertise all of our sponsors on our website, on our social media platforms, and then obviously on the big gala award ceremony.
Okay, so
there's
what
great
are we
opportunities
talking
there.
about? Usually you'd have, for example, you could sponsor a table of 10, or drop something in a goodie bag with your card and a cake or something.
Absolutely, there's different forms of sponsorship. For the general sponsorship, what we ask for is €2,000, and that gets you to present an award on the night. We do video footage and everything as well with that. There's quite a lot that comes into it for the 2,000, but then you actually get to present an award. One of the categories on the night, which is a lovely thing for our sponsors to be able to do.
And is all this detailed again on your website?
It's all detailed on the website, and it's under the sponsorship. There's a media package there. But we also appreciate that there's smaller businesses that want to be involved, but that's a lot of money to them. So we say sponsor in kind. So as you say, it could just be sponsoring a goodie bag, or it could be sponsoring different aspects that we need to run the event, because there's a lot of detail that goes into it, and rightfully so. You've got to the final, you should go and have a fantastic night out to celebrate.
Yeah, and just to say that date again?
Friday the 8th of November.
Friday the 8th of November. And where will it be?
It's going to be in Valdelobo, the auditorium in Valdelobo, under the umbrella of the Donna Philippe Hotel. So we're really excited to be working with them this year.
And that's a surprise.
Yes.
I didn't realise that the hotel would come out, and it's like a private catering
basically thing. The hotel unfortunately wasn't big enough to host us, so we're going to host it in the auditorium, and then the Donna Philippe is running the whole shebang, if you like, on the night. So they're going to be responsible for all the catering and the drinks and everything, which is fantastic. So it's a nice amalgamation for Valdelobo and Donna Philippe to work together, which is good. Okay.
So the most important thing at the moment is please start nominating. East and West, come on, give the Central region a bit of competition here. We'll be back to what I'll do is when we're doing these programmes, I'll let you know how those nominations are going. You said you had
657 last year.
Last year, so that's the immediate figure to beat. We've got 468. Is it 1,000 people living here, residential people?
Yeah.
So we've got to come up with more than 638 nominees.
Absolutely. Well, we're just over 300 as it stands, and we're not even gone through the first month yet. So it's been a fantastic response.
Yeah.
But yeah, for me, I would encourage, doesn't matter whether you're a small business, a one-man band, or a huge consortium like Villa Vida Park or Valdelobo.
So as these come in,
to enter.
Are you putting them up on your website as you receive them? Or
No, we just do them and go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. 300 so far.
Yeah. So it's been a busy few weeks.
Hasn't it? Go ahead. And of course, you also fell and had your accident.
I did. I'm a little bit incapacitated at the minute, but yeah, it's good in a way because at least I'm on the laptop and it's really nice when you get the entries every day because I look forward to seeing who's entered and what's new on day by day.
And how's that going?
It's getting there. Yeah. Another 4 weeks, and then I should be fighting fit
as long
again.
as you're up and running about for the...
Oh, I'll be definitely by then.
For the
I'll have my heels
November.
on. I'll have my heels back on by then, yeah. Definitely.
Fantastic. So, as we said, you start the nominations. We'll keep you updated with how those nominations are going. We'll look forward to the public votes on the 1st of
August.
Mm-hmm. No, it's not the public vote, is it? Yes.
Yes, the public vote opens on the 1st of August for the ones that have been nominated. So if you want to make sure that you're chosen, and venue, band, DJ, Pride of the Algarve, special recognition, Taste of the Algarve, if you want to make sure that they're up for the public vote, you need to nominate them because if they're not nominated by the 31st of July, they can't be in it to win it.
So 20 categories.
20 categories.
20 categories. You have to find one that's going to fit your friend. I shouldn't say that, should I? But whoever it is you want to nominate. So 20 categories, 20 judges. We have the public vote. We have a series of dates here where you can get involved. And right at the end, on the 24th of September...
is when we announce the semi-final. We announce the finalists. So that's when the final 3. And then we open the gala tickets and they go on sale. And anybody can attend the gala dinner. So we'll have the 3 finalists launched on the 24th of September. And then they have to grin and bear it until they find out who wins on the 8th of November. So yeah,
wow, okay.
Time to get your dresses bought and your tuxes out and aired. So yeah.
And everyone looked fantastic last year. Everyone looked absolutely fantastic.
It's a fantastic event and it's a really nice reason to get dressed up. I think we all work so hard.
Absolutely.
It's just nice to actually go and have a bit of
And there are so
glamour.
few events where you can dress up, you can feel good.
Absolutely. And it's nice because some people actually use it towards the Christmas events, take a table of 10 and then sort of celebrate the company and have a little bit of a pre-Christmas celebration, which is nice. So yeah, the photos always look stunning whenever you see everybody all dressed up. And we do a red carpet arrival and they get their photo opportunities and stuff as well. So it's like little mini Oscars, which is good.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah.
Carolyn, thank you so much for joining me today. Please keep me updated.
I will indeed, yeah.
We've as you know, we did a little trailer on Living Life Algarve on Instagram. We'll keep you updated on there. We'll bring it back in with updates here on Conectv, and we look forward to seeing you for the next edition.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're very welcome.
Bamper Properties and Lifestyle supports Conectv Algarve. Algarve Business Awards is also our partner. Veja Vin OE Art is also with us. Art Aesthetics is also our partner.